two things at play. Two things at play. In fact, I can reduce that to three things. Three things at play. One, it was a politically motivated act by the police to actually pin and try to draw a nexus between the posting of Sabally and Sonko to the offense that happened against the police. Okay? Are you guys getting me?
Yes, yes. We are silently listening. Yes.
Now, that's the first one. It was politically motivated. The second thing that we can draw inference from is that the police tried to paint a picture to the minds of every Gambian that even because they have said, the police have already said they have a confession. They have a person in custody, a person of interest who has already confessed to the crime. Now, if you go and arrest Juka and you go and arrest Nene, you are in a diplomatic way sending a strong message to the public that Nene and Juka have something to do with the person in custody. That's common sense. That's logic. I don't have to be a lawyer to think like that. You have a confession. You said a person has actually admitted to committing the crime. And suddenly, in the process of your investigation, you invite Nene and Juka. Even a blind and deaf mind will think that the arrest of Juka and Nene is because this person has mentioned them. That's the second scenario. The third scenario is that the person did not mention them. It is not politically motivated, but the police needed to do that as a distraction to the Gambian public because they knew these people were people of interest. They were people that would invoke a certain diversion, and that the police did not have enough information to give the Gambian public, and that they would have a diversion of interest, and every interest, rather than focus on the investigations of the police, rather than focus on the loopholes, rather than focus on what we do not have by way of information, then the attention would be diverted to the campaign manager of the UDP, which is the largest political party, Sonko, who is a nominated councillor. And I can tell you that if the third option is what the police did, they absolutely succeeded in diverting the attention of every Gambian, because that is exactly what happened. Now,
Mel, can you check
now let me just summarize this. Now, I gave three scenarios.
Hadijatu is trying to join your ad button.
She's not there.
She's not?
No, let her send it in again.
Send
now,
it again.
I gave example of two scenarios. The first one is that it was politically motivated. Now, why am I saying it was politically motivated? Because Sabally is the campaign manager of the UDP. The other guy, Sonko, is a nominated councillor of the UDP. Now, the utterances of Sankare at coffee time, based on a briefing that now the police have agreed that they gave to him, suggested that there was a direct link, a direct nexus to the gunman to the political party UDP. So that is the one reason why I could say that it was politically motivated. The second reason, which has fallen flat now, is that he was mentioned by the person in custody. The reason why that has fallen flat is because Sabally has been charged, Sonko has been charged. Now, the charges against Sabally and Sonko does not commensurate with the crime of the confession. Because if the person that confessed had mentioned Sabally and Sonko, then Sabally and Sonko would be co-conspirators to this person, and they wouldn't be out. They wouldn't have been charged before even the actual person that killed. Now, the only reason why Sabally and Sonko was charged, to my mind, is because the police knew that there was a total outcry in the first place for why they were arrested. And if you allow Sabally and Sonko to go without being charged, already being detained beyond their constitutionally mandated term limit, then Sabally and Sonko can actually go against the police for actually going after them maliciously and for false imprisonment. So the reason why they were charged, I don't believe that they really have time or want to go against Sabally. If they wanted to do that, they would have done it long time ago. I don't think they have, they want to. I don't think they have the appetite to, but I think it is just part of the narrative that the police is being fueling.
Do they have anything? Do they have anything on them based on the law?
Well,
Tricky, but
it's going to be one of the most difficult things to do, because you see, let me tell you something. Sabally and Sonko, if there was no confession and there was no person, there was no suspect at the disposal in the custody of the police, then you can begin to link, you can begin to draw inference that the pronouncement of Sabally is what occasioned the shooting of the police officers. But where you have a confession that has not mentioned Sabally, where probably the guy that shot did not even read Sabally's Facebook post, then Sabally's utterances can only be reduced to what it is, a political rubbish, a political gibberish that was said on the spur of the moment. How do you go to court to say that Sabally's actions amounted to whatever he said? Is going to be very difficult to prove. Even if you look at the bail bond of Sabally, they've just been bailed for 100,000. That tells you there's not much, there's not much seriousness attached to it.
my question is